today we have Nottingham Forest taking on the Tigers. Let's get into it, let's go. So yes, we have Hull City travelling to Nottingham to face in-form Nottingham Forest. And yeah, both teams in good form. Hull City unbeaten 6. Forest really turned things round under Steve Cooper and the former Swansea manager, obviously beating Swansea at the weekend 4-1. You know, very good appointment for them. They got some very good players. You know, like some Brian Johnson, Lewis Grabban, Zinkernackle on loan from Watford. Very good players. You know, and they all like to play passing football, so it should be a tough game. But yeah, Hull City travelling there. Don't think there's any team news. They say who I'm scared of for Nottingham Forest. Let's start off with that. I'm going to go for Lewis Grabban is always a very good goal scorer. Obviously he scored against Hull City. And Brennan Johnson, I think I'm very impressed with him when he was at Lincoln last season. Obviously he's sort of continuing that form for Forest. Looks very good player, he's only young. And I think he's got huge potential, maybe to be in the Premier League. Maybe if that's with Nottingham Forest or with a different club, we need to wait and see. But yeah, Brennan Johnson is a very good player.
Hello viewers of Kieran's channel, and I've been kindly asked by Kieran to preview the Forest against Hull game, which is happening on this upcoming Saturday. Now, thank you for Kieran for allowing me to come on his channel, and without further ado, let's get into previewing the game. So, the player or slash players that I'm looking out for in terms of a Hull perspective, Keane Lewis Potter is probably the main one. As well as George Honeyman, I believe that they've been your two best players. Believe it or not, I've not watched a lot of Hull. But yeah, I think they will definitely be instrumental for Hull if they're going to look to get a result. Now, from a Forest perspective, I think players you should be looking out for, Brennan Johnson especially. He got a player of the weekend after his performance against Swansea with a goal and an assist. And he's been on very good form. But another player to look out for is Philip Zinkernackle. Now he's on loan from Watford. He's been doing very well for Forest. Even under Houghton, he was doing well. But it's going to be an interesting game because Hull, they're unbeaten in their last 6 coming into this game. It's going to be a very close game, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than it would be, I'd say, 8 or so weeks ago, because you were looking like destined for relegation, but now you definitely look like a team that could stay up. Grant McCann, I'm quite surprised that he is still in the job, because it looked like he was destined for the sack, but he managed to keep his job, and he's doing a reasonable job now, and I think it's going to be a very close encounter. I think it's going to be Forest 2, Hull 1. I think it'll be a pretty tight game. I think if it was a few weeks ago when you weren't on as good form, it would be quite comfortable. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a very, very tight game. And yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 to Forest. But thank you, Kieran, for allowing me on the channel. Make sure to like on the video for Kieran and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll hand you back over to Kieran.
How's it going, everyone? Rads here. Thanks very much, Kieran, for inviting me on the channel. My preview to this weekend's game against Hull City. Of course, you guys have improved an awful lot recently. 6 games unbeaten, I believe. So if I was playing you a few weeks ago, I probably would have been pretty confident of beating you quite easily, to be honest, given the fact you were in the relegation zone. And that's not me being disrespectful. It's just, you know, I think it's fair to say that. But of course, Forrest have been definitely a season of two halves through us. The first 7 games were absolutely diabolical under Chris Hughton. It was just an incredibly depressing time to support Forrest. But since Steve Cooper's come in 1 defeat in 15 games, it's been insane. And now we're first in the league on form. We're also 8th in the league overall, only 4 points off the playoffs. And after 7 games, if you told us we'd be in the playoffs, I would have taken 18th. To be quite honest, I generally would have said 18th is more likely than 8th. After 7 games at this stage of the season. But yeah, it's been immense really, and Steve Cooper's changed us so dramatically. Of course, Hull down the years against Forest, it's been a bit of a mix. I don't really remember that many games too clearly, but I mean, the last time we played you, I can't remember what happened. Oh yeah, we beat you 2-0 on Boxing Day, I remember. So similar time of the year, we beat you 2-0 on Boxing Day, and you beat us at the City Ground 2-1. Remember, that was a pretty disappointing game 2 seasons ago. The year before, we beat you 3-0. Remember, we scored 3 late goals. In fact, Carvalho scored 2 of them, I think. What was the other game that season? I can't remember. But, you know, we've had some good games against you down the years. I remember you knocked us out the cup a few years ago, though. So, yeah, been a bit of up and down results against you, really. Mainly up, to be fair to us. But I think, you know, you guys have done well this season. You've improved a lot. Keane Lewis Potter's going to be the one that I think I'm looking forward to watch play the most, to be honest. Obviously, you know, I think Hull should be a championship team at the very least. It was a bit of a surprise for me that you even got relegated in the first place. It's only because you lost Yao Bowen and the likes, and you just tanked completely down the table. Not that you need reminding. But yeah, it's good to see you back in the championship. You are slowly but surely readapting to it, and I think you will stay up. I think they are worse teams than you. I think Peterborough, Barnsley and Derby are worse than you. So yeah, if you keep playing like this, you could even finish higher than 19th. So yeah, I would say good luck to you, but I wouldn't mean it, because I want Forest to win, of course. Hopefully we could try and maybe even get the playoffs, or top 10 would be, I generally would take the top 10, to be quite honest. But yeah, my prediction, I'll go 2-1 Forest. I think a few weeks ago I would have been more confident, but I'm not going to write off you maybe getting a draw, and I would be surprised if you beat us. I wouldn't want you to beat us, of course. I think we will have enough to at least beat you, at the very least, to be honest, narrowly. So we'll go 2-1 Forest. I think Graben and Johnson will score. So yeah, all the best. Thanks for having me on, mate. Subscribe to Kieran Webster and subscribe to Rads if you haven't seen me already. I do a lot of Forest related content, but if you want other stuff, I also do a bit of that on the side as well. So yeah, come over and subscribe to me as well, that'd be great. And yeah, I'll see you very soon. You Red.